Now coming for the next part of the revision chapter. Now see, next question is that what is the minimum distance for clear vision? As we know, that is minimum vision distance for clear vision of human eye is always 25 centimeter. Remember that. Achha, next question is that what is hypermetropia and myopia? We know our eye for some reasons always suffers, for some people always suffers from two kind of eye disease, eye defect. One is myopia, another is hypermetropia. What is hypermetropia? Hypermetropia is that defect in which we can see near object very clearly, but we can't see in hypermetropia we can't see near object, but we can see distant object. Means suppose I am here at a 6 feet distance, something is happening over there, I can see that in case of hypermetropia, but in case of myopia I can't see that one. So in a single line what you will know that hypermetropia means you can see long distance, can't see near distance. Myopia means you can see near distance but can't see long distance. Means hypermetropia means you are having plus power in your eyes, and myopia means you are having negative power in your eyes. Means a person suffering from hypermetropia can see distant object clearly but cannot see near object. See, our eyes lens, biological lens, is looks like what? Looks like a convex lens. So this is a convex lens, and here we are having bunch of muscles. Clear? These muscles are called ciliary muscles. Clear? What is the purpose of that? We know what when we are viewing some object which is at longer distance. So what we are doing? We are squeezing our eyes like that. Means what? We are making thick the lens. Clear? Vice versa. When we are seeing watching something very near to our eyes, we are viewing like that. Means we are making thin the lens. Means actually what we are doing? Actually we are increasing the focal length or decreasing the focal length. So when the object is very near to me, we are decreasing the focal length. When the object is very far from me, we are increasing the focal length so we can see the object. So that is the purpose of ciliary muscle. But due to some reason, it is seen that the ciliary muscles are not working properly. So what is the problem there? Either it is possible कि ciliary muscle completely loosen its elasticity property, either. So that is the case of myopia, completely loosen its property, or either there is a temporary loose, means after some times there is a chance of recovery. So in case of hypermetropia is what is happening when light ray comes from an object, that time the image, suppose here I am having retina. So retina has the sensory nerve which sends the image. So beyond retina the image form. Beyond retina the image form. So in case of hypermetropia, so you can't see the nearer object. So what is happening in front of your eyes? There is, if you put a convex lens, so focal length will be increased and the image formed on the retina. Myopia means the person suffering from myopia can see nearer object but cannot see distant object. Means there is a permanent vision loss. Means they can't make the lens thick anymore. So if you can't make the lens thick anymore, what you need? You need, instead of convex lens, you need a concave lens. So if you are having a concave lens, whatever is ray is falling over here, so that will be diverged, falls on your lens, again a conversion, and falls on the retina. Clear? So that is the eye defect. In class note I had given with diagram detailed version. Acha. While in the presence of sunlight, leaf looks green. We know that is always same color, leaf reflects same color and absorbs others color. So white light is the bunch of 7 color. Since leaf is also green, so what is happening? The leaf, when got that green light, it is reflecting the sunlight's green part is reflected by leaf, so leaf it looks green. Next question is that when a convex lens forms an image of sun, then what will be the position of the image with respect to lens? Means convex lens, that is happening by magnifying glass. Magnifying glass is also one type of convex lens. So if you are having a convex lens, sunlight comes from sun. Sun with respect to us is at infinite distance, means whatever light is coming from sun, that is seems to be parallel. So if parallel bunch of light falls on a convex lens, if parallel bunch of light falls on a convex lens, what is happening? After diffraction, it will meet at the second focus of the lens. Means if here I am having sun at infinite distance, so at the focus of this convex lens, what I had taken will be the image will be formed. Clear? Now coming for the next question. What is the relation between relative and absolute refractive index? Now before proceeding to relative and absolute refractive index, I had given the definition of relative and absolute refractive index. Because if you don't have the notes, so you will get the data from here. Relative refractive index is nothing but the same old refractive index what we know. Means refractive index, if I am denoting as mu1 2, means I am calculating refractive index of medium 2 with respect to whom? With respect to medium 1. So refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. What will be the value? Value is that is equal to the speed of light in medium 1 V1 by speed of light in medium 2, that we know. This is the relative refractive index. Since we are calculating refractive index of one medium with respect to another one, that's why is terms are normal refractive index or relative refractive index. Same thing. Absolute refractive index. If the fast medium is vacuum, means more precisely if I want to describe it, if I am calculating refractive index of second medium of any medium with respect to vacuum, then the refractive index is called absolute refractive index. Means if I am denoting at mu 2 absolute, then it will be C. C means velocity of light in vacuum or air divided by V2. Clear? That will be mu absolute. Means if you are calculating refractive index of any medium with respect to another medium, then that will be termed as relative refractive index. For the same case, if you are denoting refractive index of a medium with respect to the speed of light in vacuum, that time the refractive index will be termed as absolute refractive index. Now what is the relation between these two? This is the relative refractive index, relative, and this one absolute. So let's see. So mu1 2 can be written as V1 by V2. Mu1 2 can be written as V1 by V2. Now 1 by V2 can be written as like that. In the denominator part I am having this. So I can write here 1 by V2 by 1 by V1. See, after doing the calculation the thing will be similar. Done. No confusion. Now if I am multiplying this by C and this by C in the top and that numerator and the denominator, that will not affect the calculation. So it can be written as C by V2 by C by V1, C by V2 by C by V1. I can write that one. So C by V2 is written as mu2 absolute, and here also this one will be what? Mu1 absolute. So if I am not writing mu absolute mu1 2, so mu1 2 will be equal to actually mu2 by mu1. That is the relation. So here both side I am denoting the medium. Here single side I am denoting the medium, means what? I am calculating the refractive index of that medium with respect to vacuum, and both side I am writing 1 and 2, means 2's refractive index with respect to 1. This is the relation they asked. Thank you class.